right. All right, we are back. We are back to another episode of Straight Talk No Chase. Trip Simpson in the building, along with Ash Smith.
Hey guys.
Kirk Keys, and the one and only Cosby Digital. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing today?
Marvelous.
Marvelous, huh?
Absolutely.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
Simply marvelous. Kirk,
great choice of words today, based on what's going on the DMV social media scene.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Got a couple things we want to talk about tonight.
Hold on. Let's run that back real quick. I need somebody to press the button. Press the record button.
We always forget to do it. This is another episode of Straight Talk No Chase.
You gonna choose the same word?
Trip Simpson in the building, along with Ash Smith, Kirk Keys, and the one and only Cosby Digital. Let's run it back one more time. How we doing out there, ladies and gentlemen?
Marvelous.
Yep.
Excellent.
He switched the words up. Marvelous.
All right, man. A lot of shit going on in the culture right now. But first, man, I'd like to know how you guys' day went. Cosby Digital. I saw your Instagram, man. You was lit today, man.
Yeah. I work with Don't Mute DC and Make Go Forever nonprofit foundations to use go-go music to influence the community in positive ways. Today and each and every Tuesday, we're doing an initiative. We have a talk about mass incarceration. We talk about return to citizens. We talking about voting issues in DC. And then we have, some live music, a live music stream. This week we had the Backyard Band. I was missing that crank in my life, so it was good to see them have a good time with the Backyard Band. And We Fit DC as well. It's a health initiative involved in it, as well as getting people active, getting out and working out. Next week it's gonna be TCB. So it ought to be,
sure.
So it ought to be a good thing. It's in the Secret Garden over on MLK.
Okay.
So it's not really open. It's not open to the public because it's just live stream. So it's really just all the people associated with the organization there. They even had I get the group that they had some models there, and they were modeling their fashion, but also supporting the initiative. So I'm happy to see how that initiative actually changed laws and made things happen in DC. So I can appreciate that a lot.
What about the fitness piece? Aren't you allowed to show up to the fitness piece?
No.
Oh, okay.
Supposed to watch it at home and then do the workout.
Oh,
really?
Like Billy Blanks.
Oh wow.
I mean, but it's outside. Like, you can't come outside.
I mean, but it's the space isn't a big space, so
All right.
do that shit at your house.
That makes sense. Kirk, what you got, man?
My day was cool. I've been doing a lot of catching up. This is the end of the fiscal year with DC, so a lot of grant reporting, grant writing, all that good stuff. Still got to go to baseball practice, all that good stuff too. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, all right.
Usual.
Cool.
All right, Maria, what you got?
Just work, man. Work.
Work.
Yep.
Rihanna.
What you do, Tommy?
Right, that was gonna be my next question.
I am an executive assistant for DOE. So I support 2 energy groups that
Okay.
Is that the Department of Energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you in the government.
Yeah. So
Good old government job, huh?
good old government job.
All right, okay.
So yeah, it was just work. It was a long day.
All right, cool.
How about you?
Man, I've been chilling all day. I did my 2-a-days today. Did a lot of housework.
Okay.
Just I've been real busy lately, so I just caught up on some things in the house.
So you was domesticated today.
Nah, it was all man shit. All man shit.
He was carrying logs in the yard. He painted some shit.
But yeah, man, it's a lot going on, man. I don't even know where I really want to start. We got this DJ Vlad thing going on. We got Chappelle leaning on the critics, and we got a lockdown in Louisville. But most importantly, the question of the night is,
Most importantly,
do black men really want to marry Thots? Now, why do I say that?
Thots.
Thots. Thots. Those hoes over there.
There you go.
I look at it like this, man. And we don't have to get into it right now. The reason why I thought of this question for tonight is because on my Facebook page, I earlier today I posted an article. I don't know if it's real or not. It was from Media Takeout, so
seems pretty fake.
So give or take. I mean, sometimes they be real.
Seems
sometimes.
pretty.
and it was an article about Offset basically saying that he was embarrassed about the WAP song, and that was like the last straw he could take, and that's what pretty much tanked the marriage. Now I don't know if that's true or
But
not.
she left.
Right. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sparked an interesting conversation. And what I saw was a lot of females that are delusional.
What happened?
Like, they really think that men knowingly want thoughts. Now, you might be married to a thought and not know it. That's one thing. But nobody wants to willingly and knowingly marry a thought.
But clearly, okay, so I feel like clearly he knew that she was a thought just off of how she was on Love and Hip Hop. She was fucking, what's his name? DJ Self, and he had a girlfriend, and then she was still messing with her little like jail boyfriend. Then like she talks about very vulgar things and carry herself in that way. So I mean, why would they not think that y'all like, well, not y'all, but men like to marry thoughts?
I mean, you said, why would we not? Just because she was messing with a bunch of niggas, that means that men...
Dog, she's like...
And she honestly was only dating. I mean, her dude was in
Is
jail.
it? But you can...
I feel like on Love and Hip Hop, she was only dating.
We know you don't go on. We know you don't go on no
you
dates.
about
You
dates, that's
can't
real, too.
relate.
I mean, but hold up, because I think what a lot of women are getting confused is that just because we bust down a thought doesn't mean we want to marry him. Like,
but then why did he marry her though? Clearly it was something.
I mean, you talking about
But-
Offset?
Yeah, because I'm just saying, like, look at her lyrics. Look at what she rap about.
I mean, clearly Offset is not. Offset's not the typical guy. He's not even like most
That's
niggas
fair.
that got 4 baby mamas don't have as much money as Offset.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, he is an anomaly.
He
Like,
got 4 baby mamas.
he has
Yeah.
4
He
baby
got 4
mamas.
baby mamas.
Cardi was the 4th.
Yeah,
So I mean,
Cardi was the-
don't get it twisted. He's
So they
definitely,
both been
and
on
I don't know him
some other stuff.
from Adam. So
He appears to be a male thought.
yeah, he appears.
Yeah.
He appears to be trash. He appears to be trash.
Yeah.
So we're not definitely not caping for Offset. It's just we as men can say, yo, Offset's trash. He's got 4 baby mamas, yada yada yada. We'll say he's trash, but it's like women just won't admit like the things that Cardi B does are trashy and slutty.
They are. I admit it. They are, and they are.
I mean, and it's just
But hold on, I still think we reaching though. Because she was a stripper, but I don't feel like that just writes her off just because she was a stripper. Because
I
like
mean-
again, she was just dating before this. That's all
If
it
that's
really
what
was
you
doing.
call dating.
I don't feel like, I mean, just because she was on Love and Hip Hop, she wasn't in a whole bunch of relationships on Love and Hip Hop.
We don't know that. She was fucking a
From
nigga
what
that
she,
was fucking
but
other
we don't know
people.
that she wasn't. We don't know
mean-
that she
Okay,
was. We
I
don't
mean,
know that she
that's
wasn't.
fair.
I think if we
So
put
the same way y'all saying she's this person, that person, and so on and so forth. How can we just say that from her dating people?
I
But
think
then
if
now you gotta look. I mean, she's also.
if we put a lot of women's lives on TV and expose
Exactly. It
the
look crazy.
people that they're dating, they might look like thoughts too. So, but she has a.
But what is the thought though?
So this is the thing. She like
What
her
is the
brand. Her
definition?
brand to me, she kind of gave me a brand of like an alpha female in her world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a go getter. She's making her music. She's bossing up. I think a thought is a woman who just sits back and try to get paid off her pussy and try to get men to, spoil her and save her. I respect the fact that she went out and made her own money. Now, does she make soundtracks for thoughts? Absolutely. The music she makes relate to thoughts? I think so.
so you're saying she's not a thought?
I don't think in my definition of a
saying
thought, I don't think she.
the
I think,
judgment is
I
still
think
out
she
there.
came
We
up.
can't
She
con-
came out from
conclude.
thought. She came up from thought.
So when is stripping and prostituting not being a thought? That's like the ultimate thought.
I
Like, what are we
mean,
talking about?
Actually, those are
I know
professions.
some.
I
Yeah,
think-
that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my, come
I know
on,
some
y'all.
wholesome teacher women that
Come
strip.
on, y'all.
That's not necessarily.
I know a woman. She's a doctor. She's a gynecologist, but she's a thought.
Y'all niggas
right?
are delusional. Man.
No, we not delusional. So thought behavior is right? Once she decided I'm gonna have
In the eye of the
a
beholder.
music career, like a real career. Now she's making music that might appeal to that lifestyle, but the lifestyle she's living ain't that no more.
Maybe
She ain't been in a strip club what 10 years,
I don't
Bro.
know about 10.
I don't know if
maybe
it's been
5.
7.
So look,
Probably less than
if,
that.
if I can get on Google or Pornhub and look your chick up right away, and it's not like some old sneak, like some nigga
She
was
ain't
like,
on Pornhub.
like it's not like a nigga was hitting her right
I'm
and
not
snuck
sure,
and
but
record
I
her.
ain't-
If
Come on now.
if I can see your girl busting it wide open,
If Cardi B was on Pornhub, y'all, we would know.
she is on
You don't think-
Pornhub.
right?
When?
Yo, all you gotta do is type in Cardi B.
He would know.
You can see Cardi B.
I'm not gonna argue.
You
because
can
I
see
never
Cardi
tried
B
to-
busting it wide
I've never
open.
tried to search Cardi B on Pornhub, but
He got a platinum subscription. He might can see some shit that you can't see.
But that's the thing. Like, what is
is she on?
the
Is she
definition of a thought?
in a
Because
porno on
I
This
just
Pornhub?
feel
nigga
like-
looked it up.
We about to get to the bottom of this.
Like, oh my gosh. Because I feel like it also like depends on people's definition of it.
That's not a thought.
But she in the strip
she in the
club.
strip club.
She not on Pornhub doing porno stuff.
But I mean,
Wow,
is
you-
there not thoughty behavior?
I'm
That's
just
a
saying.
strip club.
I'm just asking.
It's her
You
You
strip
mean to
club.
tell me? And I wish y'all could see this. I
though.
wish y'all could see this. You
I mean,
mean to tell
I'm
me?
asking, so you would be okay?
Not
With
with
your
my
drink
wife, but
like
that wasn't
that.
his wife
I mean,
at the
It
time.
doesn't matter.
Hold on, I'll say this.
You marrying that.
I know some women who have never stripped in their life, but they are complete thoughts.
Okay,
and
so
I know,
what
and
makes
I
them
know
a
some
complete
women
thought?
who strip, but that are
They're
not
not
thoughts.
and that's fair too.
And that's
but
all I'm
what
saying.
is the definition of a thought? What makes them a thought and what doesn't? Like that's.
I
my
mean,
thought.
I know-
Let's
I know-
define that.
I know a couple fucking pit bulls that don't bite, but they bite, my nigga.
So what makes them a thought?
What the fuck type of analogy?
And niggas still own them, so niggas still wife them.
That joint went around my head twice.
I
and
ain't
still
get it
didn't sing
either. I ain't get it either.
Game today.
That shit went around your head
Somebody
twice.
said that they don't think Cardi B is a thought. She's just ghetto.
Man, y'all niggas is wild, bro.
But what is your definition of a thought?
Let's get that out there.
Okay, so this
Right.
woman admitted to being a prostitute.
No. What is
This
Trip
woman-
Simpson's definition of a thought? Your definition.
A thought is a woman that partakes in illicit behavior.
Which includes
Definition
i.e.
number 1. Number 2, a thought is a woman who fucks way too many niggas.
at the same time, different times.
At the same time, different times. Like if you walk into a room and like at least 3 niggas fucked your bitch, she's a thought.
Do you guys agree with that?
I mean, yeah, the promiscuity would make you a thought more than you being a stripper, because a stripper is a job.
That's fair.
I don't know.
A prostitute is a job.
But I'm not
But-
married. I can't marry a woman who everybody's seen her. I just can't.
I know strippers that nobody's hitting. Everybody's fantasizing,
that's
paying her.
Yeah,
Nigga,
I know
nobody
people
that you
like
know.
that too.
Nobody that you know, man, they hitting somebody. Trust me.
But it's not the scenario you talking about. It's not. Oh, like it's some women that sack chasing. They chasing clout. They really thoughting. They try and get backstage. They try and fuck with anybody with clout. To me, that's more of a thought, right? Versus like Cardi parlay her shit to millions of dollars. Thoughts usually don't become rich because they too busy thoughting. She, she built a brand and built a career. So,
She thought of her way to the top. I'm
Well,
not.
but that's the
it's
thing.
what it
Thoughts
is.
don't typically make it to the top because they usually thoughting. People don't. So this is the thing. People got respect for Cardi's work ethic, and I don't necessarily.
No.
I don't necessarily like her.
That can't be my wife, bro. I'm sorry.
That
Just
is
can't.
way too much.
Just can't.
Way too much.
Pussy, bussy, all wide up. Come on, man. I can't do it.
So
man.
no stripper should ever get married.
And by the way, I was just showing him a clip of Cardi B getting it in the strip club, full frontal. I'm just saying.
So you feel like no. So you feel like no
back.
stripper should ever get married.
I don't. I feel
That's
like
basically what he's saying.
That's basically what he's
You can't
saying.
wife a
If
stripper.
you ever was in the strip club, you Trip Simpson
I don't believe
cannot
in that.
marry.
I know
Well,
a lot
he's
of
already
women
about to
who
get
tried
married,
strip
so it
just to
doesn't
save-
matter.
Just to save for college tuition, just to save for
All I'm saying is, like,
some
to
people do
pay
what
off
they
their
gotta do
student
if
loans.
they,
All
I mean,
feel like
that
that's
stuff.
all they got.
we
but
wonder what happened to the black family.
If you
But my
so what
thing
if you
is,
fell in
like-
love with a woman and you found out later on that she danced in the
a
Yeah,
club?
you been in a
Before.
stripper before.
Sweetheart.
that might be a deal breaker for him. I
mean,
mean, like,
where does
some
she
guys
strip?
do that.
Where did she strip?
The house.
Oh, no, hell no. I'm going to get checked out.
No,
First thing I'm doing.
Hold on, so we're
However,
not
like-
30. So if she stripped at like 22, 23.
I don't know.
But then
Fuegos.
I also feel like we also got to
What
look
you doing
at
with Fuegos?
that person's, you know,
That's immigrant. That's
mindset
immigrant.
What about
and
super
what they were
Fuegos?
doing outside of stripping, because when
about
you
Baz
think of
and
a
Crew?
stripper, we already know that some of these strippers be doing extra shit,
Right.
be going on these little like private parties and the shit like just for some money. Now, some chicks do that, whereas others don't. Now, if we're talking like thought behavior, that shit we just saw, that's a bit.
I even can separate the regular stripper from the thought strippers. That's even the
Okay.
thing. It's some
Okay.
thought ass strippers that they always down for the after party. They always down for the moves. Then you got the more quote unquote
Yeah.
professional strippers. They get their money and go home. Like
Check this out. John Smith said, "No man wants to marry a woman who sleeps around. Women specifically do their best to hide their promiscuity.
Promiscuity.
Yes. But this day and age with social media, a woman's
Past.
right
Just say past.
is public record. I got on Instagram and I see more camel toe and skin than a pair of panties just by logging on. They said, I will never date a single mom. Number one, I never want to have to be combative or competitive with another guy. Two, I refuse to be the simp that rewards a woman's poor sexual choices. And I will never give someone else's kid a chance to tell me you ain't my daddy.
So I agree with a lot of what John said. However, I am a stepfather, so.
Yeah.
But the great thing about my situation is I don't have another dude to deal with because he's a piece of shit. So it's all good.
What if he decided to get his life together?
I would welcome it because I would welcome it. I don't want to get too much in my shit, but I would welcome it. However, I don't want to stray too far off the topic because we're getting into Cardi B and she was the catalyst for this. But what I really want to know is, do black men really want to marry Thots? Do you want to marry a Thought?
Right. And that's what I wanna
Nobody
know.
wants to.
Nobody wants
But
to marry a
if she
thought.
is a thought or happen to be a thought, then what?
But that's why the whole premise of this on face value was bullshit if he actually said that. Because at the time he married her, she was years removed from this type of lifestyle. Like at the time
I
It
wouldn't say
wasn't
years.
like that long
wouldn't say
ago.
years.
It wasn't.
if you look up their net worth at the time they got together, it's very, very similar. And remember, Offset is spending his money 4 ways. Every check Cardi she's getting it. When she goes number one, she's getting all that money. Offset is splitting it 4 ways with the Migos. All the Offset's projects outside of the Migos you never heard of. You know why? Because they flop. So when you talk about when they get together, it wasn't a situation where, man, I'm going to just get this junk. She was hotter than him.
Well, here's some good examples. Donald Trump and Kanye West both got some thoughts, supposedly by y'all's definition of thoughts.
Oh, yeah, Melania was definitely a thought back in the
Definitely
day.
think they both got stuff.
She married to the first lady.
You can find them in
Yeah.
a sex tape, so that's just like looking her up on Pornhub. So, I mean, it's same
that
thing.
doesn't make it right.
But I'm just saying, you said, do men look for it? Those are men that look for it.
All right, but okay, so I think a lot of times that we as a people, like, we looking at famous people who are exaggerated forms of the average
Is
person.
that not who we're talking about right now?
We're
No.
talking
But
about
Cardi B,
Cardi
no.
B, though.
He's saying men.
Pipe
I
down.
feel like men in general, right?
What I'm saying is, what started this conversation, right, was an article I posted that may be real or may not be real, right? But it was an argument going back and forth about whether men want hoes or not, okay? And my main argument was like, we can't go off what these celebrities are doing because they are exaggerated forms of the average person. The average man walking the street who works hard every day doesn't want to come home thinking about if while he was at work, his wife done got bust down or not. You don't want to think about that.
Well,
And you lessen your odds of that if you try to pick a woman who doesn't at least outwardly seem overly promiscuous.
so I think that commenters comment was key, right? We live in an age of social media where people can dig up your background. There was a time a woman just had to move to a new city, and if nobody from that city moved with her,
I respect it.
Yeah, she could.
I respect it.
Yeah, she could reinvent herself. She may have been, thought in her early years, but she decided, she wants to, be quote unquote wholesome at this point. So this thing we're talking about has been going on. Like, I've always been a Mario Winans type of nigga, right? I don't want to know. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't asking no questions.
Whatever happened in the past, I don't ask how many women, I don't ask how many dudes a woman slept. I don't ask none of them questions because I don't even want to taint
Your
my
thoughts.
opinion of the
Nigga,
woman.
I ask, and I investigate. I investigate before I tell a nigga I'm even dealing with a chick. I'm like, I investigate. I refuse to be the nigga walking into the party and niggas is like,
Hey, young. I
refuse. I refuse.
She for everybody.
I respect that though. I do.
I refuse, man. We've all seen that one nigga like who like started dating some chick around the way, and like he pop up to the barbecue with her, and niggas is like, whoa.
They like, he wifing this joint. She been passed around.
Do we know where her mouth been last night? Like that type of shit.
As to quote a Big Sean line, we nutted on her everything.
Wow.
But there are guys out there
That are okay
who will
with it.
save a woman like that, and
And they end up like Offset.
they believe she has redemptive qualities. And like, look, what's the porn star that she became a minister and got married? A dude married her. Jasmine Cashmere.
Oh yeah, you know what? But I don't believe it. Jasmine was too much of a whore.
See, you can't even let that be redeemed.
Hunter.
I'm just saying, niggas can Google your wife and see her getting down. Every time a nigga see your wife, he like, yo.
What about Heather Hunter? Wasn't she? Ain't she a porn or was a porn star?
I mean, yeah, that was back in the 80s though. Is she alive?
And she's with what's his face? Omar from The Wire. That dude.
That's
The dude
Omar?
that's
That's
in
That's my man,
Oh,
Michael
yeah,
something.
Yeah,
I can't think of
him.
his
The
name.
one
Omar.
that's in Lovecraft Country. The dude that got the scar on his face.
Omar is
Dr.
heterosexual?
The real one.
I thought
He was only gay on the.
Oh, I thought he was gay in
on
real
The Wire, bro.
No, he was
not
gay
in real
on The
life.
Wire and a couple of other shows.
Man,
but
he's a hell
he's
of an
with
actor. I
Heather
tell you that.
Hunter.
Nigga had me fooled.
If Jasmine Cashmere can turn over a new leaf, so to speak,
We
and
don't
get
know
married.
whether she turned it up. A lot of these church hoes be still hoes, bro. You know that.
True.
They just get married.
I'm saying the nigga married her. Married Jasmine Cashmere.
I mean, it's a sucker born every day. Or is it every minute?
I don't know.
They born.
They born like a motherfucker, I guess. But yeah, man, if I can Pornhub you, yo, I'm out. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
So, like, to answer the question, like, let you guys answer this question. Do men really want to marry Thots?
No, hell no.
Nobody wants.
Personally, me,
You
no.
said once?
Nobody wants to, is what I'm saying.
But then if you meet a girl
People are okay
who
with it.
is one,
Especially
or who
if they got
happen
money.
to be one, then why would you?
Now, would I take a reform thought?
I don't know what that means.
It's some circumstances. It depends
Cardi
on.
B was supposed to be.
Yeah, so
I think she still is.
let's
She didn't-
say
she didn't
You know what I'm
cheat. She
saying?
don't
I'm,
have cheating
I'm
allegations.
35 years
You
old.
don't know. We don't know whether she cheated or not.
I said she
bro.
didn't have cheating allegations. I don't know whether she did or not.
I mean, who gonna tell the world his wife was cheating?
I'm 35, right? If I meet a chick that she was starting around 21, 22,
I mean, maybe
some college starting going on. You know, who wasn't the dotting back then?
Yeah.
I could
Don't
rock
bring
with
me
that.
around your college friends.
Now,
Just don't bring me around.
if she was starting like at 33 and she trying to settle down at 35,
Nope.
that pussy got a lot of miles on it.
Bro, it's
That's like
still
10
some
years worth of
stone
thought.
Cold thoughts out, married stone cold thoughts out here.
Shout out to y'all married thoughts. You keep life interesting.
It's a club of them.
Kudos.
Then you gonna be running around like Offset, man.
Nah, because I ain't married. So
But then again, Offset. On the flip side, I don't want to dog the ladies out. Ladies, on the flip side, you don't want a nigga like Offset either. You definitely don't want a nigga like Offset.
That's true.
4 baby mamas, a bunch of fucking drama,
and
like
a bunch of cheating that he has done.
So I mean, you definitely don't want that either. We not. This show is not to dog out the ladies. Ladies, you don't want a dusty nigga with too many mouths to feed.
No.
If he
Before you
had
even start a
three, if
family
he
with
had 3 kids by 3 different women before she got with him, and how old is he? Maybe 26, 27?
That nigga got to be
They're
about
about
30
the
about
same
They're
now.
not 30 yet, I don't think.
He's still in his
they're around the
20s.
same age.
He's still in
They're
his
like in
20s.
their 20s. Probably mid to late 20s.
So if he landed raw like that, you already know what's going on.
He probably got something.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he probably got something.
Offset's
Good
28.
grief.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, he's
Late
28.
20s.
Honestly, man, they were both too young to get married anyway.
I agree with you on that.
When did they get married? At 26?
25, I think.
They've been married that long?
Yeah.
They got married at 25.
Time be flying.
Wait.
But then
Sean
again, my first marriage was at 25, and that was definitely a mistake.
said, "Oh, what herpes?"
Who said that?
AIDS, John. You said personally, I just don't want herpes, AIDS, HPV.
Or any illegitimate kids. Shout out to John, man. Yo, John's one of my favorite callers. He always has a great perspective. I don't always agree with him, but he always has a good perspective. Shout out to Jamar, my cuz. Always got the funny comments. He says, reform thoughts are welcome, I guess. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, just want to remind y'all, we are actually streaming live on YouTube. Eventually, we want to get off Facebook and do solely YouTube. So don't forget to log on to YouTube and go to Straight Talk, no chase. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime we have a show. And while you're at it, give us a like and a share. The phone number to call in is 914-205-5425. That's 914-205-5425. We are taking calls. Real quick, man, just to wrap this whole thought thing up. Maria, you're a female.
Yes.
Out of all your friends, just be truthful.
Right,
You don't gotta
yeah.
name no names.
No. I can be honest.
How many of them would you say are actually thoughts? And by thought, I mean like overly promiscuous.
Right. I would say my set of friends now.
I want to hear about all the friends.
Okay, so yeah, so like back in the day, like high school. Oh man, it was like 2 of them. They was like straight roll around. Then as I got older, I had maybe 1 or 2 that were like, I guess sexually fluid, as people like
Sexually
to use.
fluid. Women got all these names.
Entanglements.
Yeah.
Entanglers.
So, and as of right now, at this moment, not too many. None. Yeah. I can. Yeah. No.
Okay, she's sticking to the code.
I'm being honest.
All right, so let me ask you.
She's a friend in y'all. New friends. She didn't put none of y'all thought behavior out there. She held it down for the team.
I mean, look, I know a lot of women, and let me just tell you like this, man, fellas, you need to seriously get on your gumshoe mode when you start dating a new female. You need to do background checks. You need to bring her in the rooms and not tell people that you're a girl just to see what people say. You need to do all that. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to be that nigga that shows up to the barbecue and everybody's tapping niggas on the shoulder like, whoa, oh man, he with her. You don't want to be that nigga, man. Trust me.
But sometimes dudes be lying though.
Nah, dudes don't be lying.
Yes, they do.
Everybody
Dudes
ain't
lie.
lying. Everybody ain't lying.
Dudes lie about whether or
Niggas
not
just don't get in
the
groups and start lying on their
Yes,
dick.
they do. Some of them do.
On one chick?
Some corny dudes. Yes, they do.
So everybody just stop.
Or some dudes will assume that you out here like that because you know a lot of people. And that's not fair. Just because
I mean,
know a lot
grown-ups
of
don't do
people
that though. When you younger, yeah, people assume that, but grown-ups don't do that.
I don't know. I know some liars.
Right, exactly. And these are niggas in their 30s, some of them in their 40s.
But I try not to even judge because I don't even care. It's like for you to even volunteer that lie is crazy.
Nah, I got you, man. All right, cool. We'll let the thought thing rest for a second. So the next thing we want to get into is this DJ Vlad situation. For those of you that don't know, DJ Vlad has been under a little fire recently because of his he took Minister Farrakhan's words out of context. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio. I can't play the video for copyright reasons. You know, we want to keep our page up. We don't want to get flagged. So I'm going to go ahead and play the audio of an interview that DJ Vlad did with D.L. Hughley, and then after that, what Minister Farrakhan actually said is going to play. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
You know, this kind of whole, I personally feel this is coming off the heels of Farrakhan's 4th of July speech. Sure. Where he said, those of you that say you're Jews, I will not give you the honor of calling you a Jew. You're not a Jew. You're so-called, you're Satan. And it's my job now to pull the cover off of Satan. And he went on to say, like, every Muslim, when they see a fake Jew, grab a rock. And this is kind of what I feel is the energy, and a lot of people look up to Farrakhan. I mean, I've interviewed NOI members multiple times.
Right.
I've used FOI for security. Overall, I think the NOI is a group that helped out a lot of people.
Right.
Hearing statements like that bothers me.
So you
Here's
developed
Farrakhan.
your vaccine. Mr. Dershowitz, listen to the words of God from my mouth for you. You're such a skillful deceiver. You deceived your brothers in the Senate to vote not to impeach Mr. Trump. You were very skillful. But see if you can impeach the wisdom of God. You're Satan, masquerading as a lawyer. Satan, walking in full sight, deceiving whoever they can deceive. That's Satan. Mr. Greenblatt, you're Satan. Those of you that say that you are Jews, I will not even give you the honor of calling you a Jew. You're not a Jew. You're so-called. You're Satan. And it's my job now to pull the cover off of Satan.
Yo, they be
So that every Muslim, when he sees Satan, pick up a stone.
They be sizing it.
As we do in Mecca. Did you hear me, Brother Abdul Malik? When you know who Satan is, you don't have to kill him, no. The stone of truth. See, that's what you throw. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more, so wherever you are.
All right, cool. We ain't gonna go all day with that. So, as you just heard, DJ Vlad accused Farrakhan of trying to incite violence against Jews, which is not what he did. He tried to take the first part of Farrakhan's analogy at throwing stones at Jewish people, which is not what he said. Farrakhan said, you should throw stones of truth. He used a stone and the truth metaphorically. Basically, he said, tell the truth to people who are posing as Jews. That's what he said. But Vlad tried to flip it, and now he's in a lot of hot water. A lot of his major guests are talking about boycotting his platform. Guys like Godfrey, Royce the 5'9", My Son, all of these, rap and comedy niggas, on that level, now talking about not doing the platform. I want to start with you, Kirk, to get your thoughts on this, because I know you're a very big Godfrey fan. I'm bullshitting.
Who knew?
was just trying to think of a good segue.
Nah, I was gonna say, how many endorsements do you want to lose before we even get them? That could be the segue. It's like, nah, I mean,
Facts.
nah, but I mean, in reality, it's clear. I feel like Vlad should have never even got this big into the culture anyway. I don't really know how he got into getting this publicity and everything that he got. I mean, maybe he just got the plug to get really good interviews, but at the end of the day, he isn't really of the culture, and he gets the main like big stage with these interviews and with these spotlights and with these headlines of media that he ain't really deserve. But he's putting himself in his own rabbit hole by saying stuff like this. He should just stay out of Farrakhan topics. He should just stay off of black topics in general. Like, there's no reason why you're even talking about race and things like that when you're in a culture that like.
Would you say he don't deserve it though? I think that's kind of harsh. Say he doesn't deserve it. That's harsh.
Why is that?
I mean, because honestly, he had a brilliant idea. I mean, he started interviewing people that nobody else was interviewing.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that part.
Like, he actually dissected black culture that much to go start getting like the most interesting people out of all the things that we like that white people don't even know about. Yeah. He's getting characters out of all of these situations and interviewing them, which I'm not caping for Vlad. I'm just saying.
When you put in the work, you deserve your roses.
He did put in work. I'm not going to sit shit on Vlad and say he didn't put in work.
Yeah, so I'm not going to knock that part either. But he still shouldn't be talking about these topics. He still didn't earn that right to be on black rights, black.
Oh yeah. He was even talking about reparations once, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And that's what I mean. Like, you can have your opinions, but you might want to stay off of those type of topics specifically, especially if you aren't even going to restate what was said properly. You know what I mean? He left out the most important part, and it's because they hear what they want to hear, how they want to hear.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Vlad is though, right? He claims to be an atheist, but as soon as somebody mentions Judaism, he be capping, instantly offended. Yeah. He's instantly offended. So, are you an atheist or are you Jewish? Well, what are you? You can't be an atheist and be Jewish because Judaism is a religion. So, what are you?
Well, how deep down that conversation do you want to go?
Let's go.
It's raining
Seems like he has men on the brain.
Conversation,
really quick with that button.
No, right?
Look, man, I don't get into deep. I don't get into deep conversation with dudes.
Your whole conversation is straight talk. No chase deep conversation.
All right, Kirk. What's your sign? What's your sign?
But shut up, dog. But nah, at the end of the day, I mean, he gotta steer clear of certain topics. I think he might want to play it a little safer, and whether he earned it or not, he ain't restate that right. So all of them super pro black Hotep guys and the ones that aren't too. Let me not try to play them. that are stepping up to boycott and do all of that with Vlad. I mean, I think it's reasonable. The Muslim community, for honestly, and the Farrakhan followers and Nation of Islam and all of them have been already with it for a while. This is like a month or so old, honestly. This happened when Nick Cannon's whole situation with the Jewish people first happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's Definitely. My take.
Colin, what you got?
I think this is a classic example of people not staying in their lane, right? Vlad had built a really good lane with Vlad TV. I was subscribed to Vlad TV, and he does have a lot of great and interesting interviews. But by me being subscribed to him, I've noticed he gets out of his lane sometimes. He starts talking about stuff that he shouldn't be talking about, and he starts asking questions that get people to incriminate themselves. Now, I give Vlad 50% of the blame, and I give 50% of the blame to the niggas
that doing
who get
on.
But I also feel like he's using his platform to exploit black people in that way. So once I feel like you go from being entertaining and introspective to making money exploiting dumb people, because you know who to bring on, you know who to ask the questions to, because they're just thinking about the clout they're going to get from the interview, not necessarily thinking about incriminating themselves. And then you put them on you hit them with the Oprah move. Oprah was really good at that.
This man
putting you in the spotlight, putting you in a situation where you just want to start talking, like just really blabbing your shit. So in one sense, you know, he's carved out his lane, but he doesn't know how to be a guest in hip hop. You know what he did? It's like the equivalent of him coming to your house and keeping his shoes on and tracking mud on your carpet. He's one of those white people. Like, he needs to be more like a Michael McDonald. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Michael McDonald. He was an awesome singer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He came and sang, did his thing, and he left. He was a guest. He did he dipped. And he dipped out, right?
Yeah.
Vlad needs to be more Michael McDonald. Because once you start delving into issues dealing with black leaders like Farrakhan, and you're not on point, you're seriously jeopardizing your brand.
Yeah.
Because you was on edge anyway, because Dame Dash called you out. Different people have called him out about being a culture vulture. And people kind of let it slide a little bit because of how good his interviews were.
To piggyback on your point though, Cohen, the reason why like them niggas, Godfrey and them got mad is because Vlad basically said, like, he issued a statement, but he never issued an apology. You know why he said he wouldn't issue an apology? He said he's not going to issue an apology because it's not affecting his bottom line.
Wow.
That was his answer.
Oh, no.
He said that verbatim?
Verbatim.
Nah.
That's what he said. Not affecting my bottom line. Well, this is according to Lord Jamar, Godfrey, and myself.
I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, if they saying it's out there, that's interesting. I want to hear it myself personally, but that's still wild. I mean, I hate culture vultures, and it's one thing for them to be on the back end because they actually are like funding whatever, but on the front end, when they're like the face of it, I can't. It frustrates me even more at the end of the day, personally. But
that was basically his last fucking straw in dealing with hip hop. And I'm gonna look at everybody from this point on who still chooses to deal with him, that's mainstream and understand the issue. Like, I'm gonna look at Charlamagne sideways. If Charlamagne
dropped him too. Yeah, okay. Charlamagne dropped him too. Everybody's dropping him left and right.
Really?
Okay. So anybody who stays with him should be looked at as funny because
Boosie, we're looking at you.
Yeah, Boosie. We got
Boosie, we're looking at you.
Boosie is really pro-black when it's convenient for him. So I'm gonna see if, you know, where his morals really lie on this one. But
I got Boosie doing the right thing.
Vlad,
I like to think Boosie wasn't. Has he done an interview since all of this started?
I haven't seen one.
I didn't think so.
But then again, I don't be on Vlad's channel.
Yeah, Vlad is the classic. I'm right because I'm white and I say so.
Oh yeah,
and it is backfired on him because he didn't realize he could really. He underestimated the people he actually speak to. I think that situation with Dame made him think that, I can do things and get over the backlash. He didn't realize the minister is way more popular and way more influential than Dame Dash will ever hope to be. So he probably looked at that situation like, I've been through this before. No, you have not.
Not on this level.
Yeah, I mean,
you have not.
You start fucking, regardless of what you think about Farrakhan,
right?
In that whole shit from 50 years ago. Nigga, today you can't say shit about Farrakhan. Period. You just can't. It's not your place.
No, not at all. So, DJ Vlad, we know you listen to our show. You need to go. You need to go on the campaign of apology.
You need to put them on an apology tour. Like
you need to really be on an apology tour. You need to donate to some schools, some organizations.
Donate to Straight Talk No Chase.
Donate something to Straight Talk.
I like to sit back, write a book, and be quiet lane. I don't like the apology tour lane.
Nah, he needs to.
We gotta make these jokers apologize.
But what's the apology?
This is the thing. Why the same reason we didn't really get to talk to. We didn't really. Are we talking about this today? Ty Lawson. Were we supposed to talk about that last week or this week?
We can get on it this week.
So Ty, but this is an example why cultures can hold somebody accountable to what they can do and say. The same reason why they kicked Ty Lawson out the entire Chinese league and he can never come back.
Or not.
They probably took his fucking right to come in the country, most likely, because Chinese people, they don't tolerate public disrespect. They don't tolerate it, and they have the means to provide consequences when you do it, right? Vlad can be made an example right now that people who are guests in hip hop and black culture, you do not get to say and do what you want, and it does not affect your bottom line. Because if we handle this situation right, it's the Adam no jumper. He gonna have to get in line.
Oh yeah,
Schultz gonna get in line. All these other white motherfuckers who are guests in our culture are gonna look at that situation and like, oh, I need to fall in line because there are now consequences and repercussions if I speak on certain cultural issues. So this is actually, I think, an important moment.
For sure. I'm actually a little proud of these jokers who decided to cancel Vlad and not go back on his platform, because these are the type of things that need to start happening. Because they've been getting away with way too much.
Yeah.
They've been getting away with way too much. Guys like Vlad come in. Don't get it twisted. Vlad, like in the next 30 to 40 years, right? You're not even seeing the bigger picture, right? Vlad could not do another interview, and the archive of shit that he's sitting on and he owns the rights and license to is probably worth $1 billion intellectually over the next 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, he's got like all-time like great classic interviews.
Like
sit back in the cut, don't even gotta show his face.
Yes.
That's what's so crazy.
His shit with the real Rick Ross. Just that catalog of interviews alone, I watched every single one of those interviews.
I mean, he's got the real niggas from Paid in Full. He's got everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got Kane from fucking Minister Society. This nigga's got everybody.
The real people.
He's got everybody.
Yeah.
Like he thought to interview like the most, like all the people who we thought were interested in, like that white society just didn't care about. He interviewed them, and now it's like he's got gold right now. So honestly, whether he apologizes or not, he's still sitting on gold, which is fucked up. Which is a lesson we ought to learn.
Get some gold.
Yeah.
Or stop giving the shit away.
Yeah.
True.
You know, Godfrey and them, they can be as mad as they want. They can boycott all they want, but they already gave away the gold. I mean, really, Vlad could just say, "Well, fuck you."
I mean, he in essence, he did. He did.
Basically,
if I'm he has fuck you money, so he said it doesn't affect my bottom line. That's the definition of fuck you money. So
and to be honest with you, if the roles were reversed and I was Vlad, I would be like, fuck you. I would be like, fuck you. I apologize to who? Priest what? Rabbi who? Shit. Yo, I had an epiphany.
And the fact that it's anytime you go against black people, there are no larger repercussions. Like if the roles were reversed and you look at Nick Cannon's situation where he was talking about Jewish people, Vlad's fucking YouTube would have been demonetized.
Right.
I like the faster than he can say Rosh Hashanah and Rabbi Baha, that shit would have been gone.
Nick Cannon wishes he was Vlad. Yeah. Nick Cannon wishes he was Vlad right now. Vlad basically was in a Nick Cannon moment and said, nigga, ain't a dime come out of my pocket. I'm not apologizing for shit.
I'm white and I'm right.
There you go.
Hopefully that's a lesson learned though, family, because you know, that's the way we gotta roll. We gotta start understanding the value of our own social capital. Like if we, and this is a fantasy, but if we were to actually realize like we can actually support ourselves with the amount of social capital, I'm not talking about actual capital, but the social capital that we give other people, if we kept it in house, like we'd be untouchable. Like it's no reason that Nick Cannon should have went on that walk of shame tour.
Right.
There's no reason for that. He should have been like, yo, fuck y'all, and kept it moving. And we should have, well, I'm not gonna say we should have held him down because he didn't give us the chance.
But what's scary is
the nigga started backstroking quick as a motherfucker.
What's scary is the fact that
they funding.
Your nigga thought he saw a shark.
It's like, oh shoot.
What's scary is how he can disrespect them and they can just remove all his money just like that. And he can disrespect our leader, not the only one, but one of them. And he just like, yeah, I don't even care.
But the thing is, they didn't even,
I'm still gonna be straight too.
Exactly.
They didn't even remove his money. But see, he was the thing that bothers me about Nick Cannon. You talking mad greasy? Oh, I'm a boss. They can't do nothing to me. Griff warned him. Griff was like, yo, man, brother, are you sure you? He looked at her, he was like, brother, you don't have to do this. Nick was like, oh man, they can't fuck with me. I'm a boss. Blah, blah, blah. Next day,
I apologize.
oh nigga, you ain't no boss.
I'm not giving credit. The the first statement, he stood on it, but he probably got the. I honestly think he got the call.
It's because black people was turned on too, though.
No,
that's what I think.
I
think it was a little bit of both.
It was the blue check coons
It was the call.
that was turned around.
Yeah, I want to give him that credit, but it was.
I believe he got that call, but like, this what we can really do if you choose not to apologize.
Yeah,
is this what you want to risk for?
I agree.
And he made the decision.
He definitely did.
You know.
He definitely did, but what I'm saying is, if you was a big boss and you had all that money and that's what you was about, nigga, you should have just.
I could tell it was a little bit of both though, because even after the fact, he acted like he was blown that black people ain't stand with him too. He actually said something about that on his little Twitter.
But see, that's a cop out because black people did stand.
And everybody didn't. There's people going on them too.
No.
Everybody ain't gonna stand with you on everything.
They not, and you gotta get over it, and that's what some people gotta understand.
Bro,
maybe he ain't understand.
There was black people standing with Nick Cannon. Okay, there was mad niggas standing with Nick Cannon. Even Dwayne Wade, little moist ass, stood with him for a half a second until a nigga called Dwayne Wade. Like, Dwayne, what you doing? Then Dwayne, but even Dwayne Wade stood with your ass for a half a second.
Hey, look,
that's a
he
lot.
got the call. He probably they say, nigga, I got the call. Go ahead, take that down. Go ahead, take that shit down.
What I'm saying is, like, a lot of people stood with him. The average person stood with him. Okay, Jamel Hill and all them coons didn't stand with him. Right? Typical. That's what they do.
I don't think Jamel Hill is a coon.
Jamel Hill's a coon, bro. But that's another story. That's for another show.
For another day.
That's for another show, bro. But yeah. Niggas still with Nick Cannon, and Nick Cannon just copped out, and he faked like he wanted to commit suicide, and that's when he lost me. Like, all right, nigga,
that's when
you're done here.
I feel like that's when he lost a lot of people.
I'm like, yo, nigga, jump then. Just jump.
Right.
Jump, Nick.
See, that's the problem why black men can't get no mental health services. So
nigga
go through a traumatic experience.
Nigga, what's traumatic? You stood on your square, nigga. That's not traumatic. You being a man.
Well, when they was about to pull the plug on all his shit, that was traumatic.
That's traumatic.
Man, they just talking. But if you got your money together like you said you did in the interview, what's the problem?
Go start your own joint.
Trip Simpson,
you ain't got the answers.
You sound very critical.
You ain't got the answers.
You sound very hypocritical on this topic, and you know why.
Nigga, let me tell you something.
You know why.
When I was under fire, when I said that shit about the police on my job, when I said that shit, I doubled down on it.
Yeah.
They put me on the news, I doubled down on it. They brought me back 2 months later. I said, no, I ain't here to apologize. I'm here to double down on it. I doubled down.
All right. Hey.
Do you suck dick?
Oh, wait.
That was perfect. That was perfect. That whole rant was full of shit.
That's what he's doing behind the scenes. He's doubling down for the people in the front. Behind the scenes.
We've literally deleted shows because things were said on the show.
I mean, sometimes we be drunk and going too far.
They may have gone too far.
But what I'm saying, as far as the situation that I was in, that I was under hot water for, I didn't bend or fold on it.
Yeah, but you might not have got the same call he got.
Oh, I got plenty of calls.
So but all calls aren't relative. It could be now. Not saying you taking care of your family is any less important than him taking care of his family, but let's say if you
already made millions of dollars.
If you make
got
200
assets out the wazoo, nigga, you got money. Well, at least I think you got money.
But 300K versus maybe 50 million. That's different. That's a whole different conversation. That's generational wealth that you could give away.
All right, bro, but you can't 1 minute be talking about you a boss and the next minute you folding.
And I think that's what had a
like,
lot of people
don't
really
talk that shit. If you're not a boss,
it
it goes back to what we was talking about a couple weeks ago, nigga. If that's not your lane, you don't have to hop in it.
Right.
But if you're gonna hop in it, then you need to do it because it's a lot on the line right now.
I think he really believed he had more leverage than what he had. That's what I honestly believe.
But he actually did have more leverage, but he didn't even wait to see if it was going.
You don't understand from one side, from one perspective, and the other perspective, he might not see that. The same people you say weren't going on him, and I'm saying were, he might only see that. Everybody's perspective is different.
I think he got the call.
I think it's a little bit of all of that because he got the call.
To me,
but you can flex on the call when you feel like you got some backing. But when you know how fickle black people are, and when you see enough of them are acting like they not with you,
when you look a motherfucker in the eye, like for real, and show them that you ain't ready to die, it ain't nothing they can do with you. It's nothing they can do.
I feel like that's what Kanye's on right now, and look at what the sport he got.
Sort of, but not
And
really.
that's my point. There you go. And that's my point.
Because look, Kanye be going hard, then he be backpedaling a little bit on the tweets.
All right.
I'm sorry,
and
Anna
that's
Winter.
just-
I didn't mean to bring you in this.
He literally goes on everybody and the next day apologizes to everybody.
What I'm saying is
He
like,
don't be going on everybody though. That's just what I see.
I'll say this,
I
man.
don't see that.
As far as
When
Nick
you
Cannon
not
goes,
reading the shit, he went on. He just goes on everybody. He went on Jay, Puma,
He did.
Anna Winter. He just
and then he apologized to
and
all of
then
them.
apologized to everybody the next day. All of them. I'm sorry.
I hear you.
But I mean, it's cool. I mean, he's got a problem. That's obvious. But nah, I mean, but as far as standing on your square, like niggas gotta, like if you're going to make bold statements, you're gonna do bold things. You know what? I might not like DJ Vlad, but the more and more I'm talking, I'm realizing like, damn, that nigga went hard. He makes all his money here. It was like, yo, I'm not saying shit. Fuck you. I don't agree with his stance because I'm against it, but I respect it because that's what you do when you're on code. And that's one thing that black people need to pick up from these other people. They on code like never before.
I think what's gonna happen to Vlad, he's gonna get fucked up.
By who?
Nobody, because you never
Nah.
see
Ain't
him.
nobody gonna touch that
You never
nigga.
see him.
Hey,
Rick Ross fucked him up. He got sued. Ain't nobody touching that nigga again.
Rick went on to do amazing things.
The rapper Rick Ross.
Yeah. So we saying once Rick Ross put the pause on him, he said absolutely nothing about Rick Ross ever again. So sometimes maybe it's not about the money. It's gonna be.
It's
might
always
have
about the money.
Something. Now I'm saying in his situation, he already said, "Fuck y'all." Well, something physical might have to happen to you. What Royce said that okay, if you don't want to apologize, when it boils down to it, like something can happen to you.
Man, Roy's talking crazy. He ain't about to,
That's the other part. The people that are talking about boycotting him aren't the most influential out here. For the record.
I mean, Roy's the fuck. Come on, man. Did Eminem give you permission to say that shit first? Come on, man. Get out of here, bro.
He always talking about motherfuckers. He just shit on them out the blue.
That
Like
shit's on everybody.
I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying, like,
you just said, did Eminem give you permission to
Asked if
say
the
it?
white man gave
Did the
him
white
permission.
man give you your He didn't say boss. He said master the first time.
I said Eminem. I didn't say any of those
No, the
other
first
words.
Master
time.
Marshall is what I heard. Master Marshall.
I said
Master Marshall.
I said that Eminem gave you permission.
Why would he
Master?
need permission from Eminem?
Master.
Hey, man,
Master.
I could have
Marshall.
sworn him and Lord
Exactly.
Jamar was just having his argument. Lord Jamar was like, Eminem ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. Here comes Royce the 5'9". Joe Budden was like, Eminem ain't shit. Here comes Royce the 5'9". Defending Eminem. I mean, but I get it. I mean, Eminem made him, so I mean, I get it.
If your camp
That's like
get,
Memphis Bleak. He ain't gonna let you say shit about
yeah,
Jay-Z.
like if your camp getting attacked, like you gotta circle the wagon. So that's not no.
I've been on this label for years, getting paid for what? I don't know. Nigga, you better not say that.
Royce actually had his
what?
last
I don't
album was good. Royce's last album was good.
Sure it was.
But yeah, man, you got
You look like a nigga that listened to Royce the 5'9".
But I think something's gonna happen to Vlad.
Ain't that gonna happen to that nigga, man.
Okay. So one thing I
Yo,
learned about
George Zimmerman still walking the streets. If we gonna get Vlad first,
George Zimmerman didn't fuck with the nation.
all right. What they gonna do? Come jump him?
I don't know. I just think something's gonna happen to
They
him.
don't even carry guns, man.
They carry whooping sticks though.
Stop it.
Farrakhan ain't no fool.
Vlad can afford security though. He probably had been having
now,
security
Mr.
since
Wallace.
the last time.
Oh man.
I got one more time.
Now, Mr. Wallace. Get it?
Shout out to Farrakhan, man.
Yes. And FOI and the next.
Wait till he run into what the fuck Jay Electronica gonna go on.
What they gonna do? Rap him to death? Rap him to sleep?
Yep.
Geometry, geometry, fuck out of here. All right, let's get to this Dave Chappelle shit.
Yeah.
All right. Next topic. We got Dave Chappelle. Everybody remember that classic comedy special, Sticks and Stones. One of the greatest I've ever heard.
Yeah. I agree.
I think he got an Emmy for it, right?
He got 3.
He got 3 Emmys for it. Woo! The Alphabet Boys ain't playing with him though.
That ain't
The
bad.
Alphabet Boys came out in droves to critique the fact that he got an Emmy. And this is what Brother Dave had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you once again, we cannot play the video for copyright reasons. However, we will play the audio. Listen up.
Surprise. I mean, I read all the reviews and they said so many terrible things. They were embarrassed for me. I had lost my way. It wasn't even worth watching. I hope all you critics learn from this. This is a teachable moment. Shut the fuck up forever. Two in a night. These aren't them. These are the ones I won for the other ones, motherfucker. I would like to thank my editor who was nominated. Unfortunately, he did not win, but I couldn't have been more honored to work with Jeff Urin. Stan Lathan has been
that was a joke when he said Jeff Urin.
Since 1968. Any show that I watched when I was growing up, he directed it. From Sesame Street to Sanford and Son to Good Times to Everything Black. And finally, you motherfuckers finally gave him an Emmy tonight. He deserves so much more, but I'm glad you came around.
The cigarette.
I'd like to shout out all the other nominees tonight. Tiffany Haddish and Patton Oswalt and Hannah Gatsby and Brother Mulaney. You guys are an inspiration to me and I'm honored to be nominated with you. I'm sorry that you didn't win tonight, but who gives a fuck anyway? It's a special night because comedy gets to be itself. It's all we've ever wanted. I hope the war is over. We good? And as always, I'd love to thank my wife, Elaine. That's right. Elaine has been with me for the last 25 years and had to endure the pains of living with the greatest comedian ever.
I think we'll
thank you very much.
All right.
Love Dave Chappelle.
So hell yeah. Shout out to Dave Chappelle one more time, man. I mean, honestly, I don't even know what I'm witnessing, man. Like, I've never seen anyone go up against the Alphabet Boys this blatant and walk away with 2 Emmys.
Untouchable. 3.
So I think after watching this special, like,
quick question though, Cohen. Next plane crash?
Huh?
Is he the next one they go?
See the next one in the plane crash?
No, I think so. Don't.
That what, 814 was it?
Don't even say that.
8 something, whatever the George Floyd was. He was calling him. He calling for it. Not his own, but he called him. Yeah, y'all better stop playing.
I think Dave spoke truth though. Like,
of course he spoke.
A lot of the
that's all he ever
so
did.
the people who were like really going
He the
against
one
him,
picking up the stone.
they are like the I would say the sensitive, like super sensitive end of the LGBTQ
Alphabet people.
Community. Like,
I mean, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
It's the white LGBT community.
Yeah, they're like,
because the black LGBT community is not tripping off no fucking jokes. It's all jokes. Whatever.
yeah. And he spoke from a place like, this is what I really feel, this is what I think, and this is why I think this way. He didn't say it in a way to try to disparage anybody. He made light of some of the things he was ignorant about. He made light about some of the things he really believed. But the whole thing was an experience, like a journey. Like, this is how I see it.
Right.
Let me find some humor in it because everybody is seeing it a certain way. So let me give you my perspective. A lot of people agree with how he sees it. And even the people who don't agree with how he sees it can still find humor in the way they see, because he didn't do it in a malicious way. So anybody, I think, you know, y'all know me. I'm a strong advocate for the LGBT, the alphabet community, and I felt
I'm not gonna hit the button.
I felt like I felt like it was very masterfully done. The way, you know, he laid the special out.
I think he's mastered that. I think he's mastered the art of delivery.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Absolutely.
There are people who are like, they don't want to hear the hard truth, and at the end of the day, go ahead, bro. There's people who don't want to hear the truth.
The hard truth.
There's people who don't want to hear the truth,
so
and then
immature.
they always say, well, it's all about how you say it. It's not what you say, it's about how you say it. It's about the delivery. And then there's people who, even when you get the delivery right too, they're just not going to like it. So there are critics still, obviously, because they still don't like it. But he mastered the two things: the truth,
he did.
Truth, and the delivery of it. So
he's a dangerous nigga, dog. I'm telling you.
Yes.
He's a dangerous nigga.
He's untouchable.
They probably sitting up trying to figure out how to take this nigga out
Yeah.
right now, because he's dangerous. Like he
does not
deconstructed.
give a fuck, and he tells the truth, and he speaks.
Facts.
He does not censor his truth or his experience, and I feel like that's what makes like his comedy specials so
this shit
like
still being up here is crazy.
so I guess unique.
You're such a deplorable.
I am. You guys can't see what's on the screen. I keep going back to the Cardi B busted it wide open
you guys
shit.
could. Jeez.
I think he reminds me of George Carlin.
Oh yeah. Oh, shot yo.
Where there's so much truth within his comedy, like you can't help but to you know be drawn into it. I thought that's where Chris Rock was going.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say that Chris Rock made it, but he just didn't do it quite as well as Dave does.
He's just not Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, he's just not Dave Chappelle. But shout out to Chris. Chris has that same type of
It's typical New York versus
I said he should have killed her,
style.
but I understand.
I think his delivery is what that doesn't get it for me with Chris.
Dave is relatable. Like, you know, he's a superstar, but he don't have superstar vibes. He has like my cousin around the
Or your
corner,
uncle.
Right.
Or your uncle.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
I think that's what makes his comedy so great. Like the other comics, like the Martin Lawrences, the Eddie
Martin is
Murphys,
cool too, though.
but
I
they
feel
but they
like
still.
Martin, them suits he be having on is just.
But they still give you like super like I'm a star. Like Eddie Murphy, I'm a star. Like so it's a little bit of a disconnect. But Dave has always been super relatable.
And Dave is about the jokes. Like one thing I respect. See, I like certain comics. Like I don't like any and every. Like I'm not a Kevin Hart guy. I like Martin Lawrence because I grew up with him. But like I'm not really a Martin Lawrence guy because I like jokes. I don't like random dance moves and funny faces, like and getting laughs real quick. I don't like that type of shit.
I don't either.
I like shit that makes you think. So like when you talk about your George Collins, your Dave Chappelle's, even your Chris Rocks,
Andrew Dice Clay, shout out to Clay.
You know that's the lane that I like to delve in because these are the people that actually make you think.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle's the type of person that makes you think. And the way he broke when that car situation.
Yes. Oh my God. That was a classic.
No, and you got to look at his forebearers like the Paul Moonies, the Richard Pryors of the world.
Y'all seen the cartoon?
Shout out to
of the car scene. They made a little cartoon of it. That was hilarious too.
I gotta check that out.
Like shout out to Dave Chappelle, Ellington alum. I met him a few times. What do you mean he is the Ellington alumni? Duke Ellington School of the Performing Arts. Why you put guns?
He just ran.
I'm giving you your props. Come on, you supposed to keep
when you get facts, you get the guns. He's like, keep going, stay some more facts. His initials are DC.
I think that deserves a bomb.
Right, that's what I was
real, yeah. That's real.
But like,
ladies and gentlemen, that Remy bottle's getting a little low.
This shit's almost gone.
Yikes! I met him a couple times and definitely very much so down to earth, honest. See, you know what? Remove him from the soundboard because he cannot.
How did you get backstage, Maria?
What do you mean? He was in school. He Tots.
Is that what they call it in now?
It's going crazy in here. It's going crazy.
Yo, I hate it here.
Maria, you went to Duke Ellington?
Yeah.
What arts did you study?
I was a theater major.
Okay.
You know what?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the phone number is 914-205-5425. That's 914-205-5425. Yo, please call in, give us your thoughts. Also, understand, we are laughing at Cardi B busting it wide open on the screen. We hate to leave you out, but we don't want to get this channel blocked and shut down.
I'll show y'all on the after show on the Instagram.
Cardi's busting it open.
Follow the Instagram right now. You'll see it.
And I guess that is more so to your point in with the first question of the night. Do black men really want to marry Thots? Because that once it's on the internet, that's it. Yeah. Like anybody can pull that shit up. So it's just like, who wants that?
Yo, picture you like at work shooting the shit with the fellas. Y'all joning this shit and the nigga pull your wife up on the fucking Pornhub.
Like that is like
yo, this your wife.
He gotta get fucked up for that.
He can't participate in the Joan game. Like
you're done. You gotta get another job.
Nothing. Right. Exactly.
That sort of happened in this DMV rapper comedian beef that we not gonna talk about.
Damn, you know, Kirk, I feel so bad. I really got. I don't know who these guys are, bro. I just don't know who they are.
I mean, I knew who Davey Ruffin was, the comedian, but I wasn't hip to Aunt Glizzy. I knew his name. I wasn't hip to his moves and rap songs and nothing like that. So I don't like to give entertainment.
Let's do it. Come on.
So Aunt Glizzy, one of the dudes who also be setting up these sit 'em down Sandy fights and stuff. I know y'all hip to those too.
Oh, sit 'em down Sandy?
Yeah.
Sandy sits him down.
His mom is
I could knock Sandy ass out though.
His mom is kind of addicted to drugs. I think Sandy could get it too. I don't know why people keep.
But he fights like old guys.
He fight like Mayweather though. Yeah, he real defensive. But we getting off topic before we even got on the topic. It wasn't nothing about it, bro. But he what was I gonna say? His mom is addicted to drugs, and so she be getting caught doing some wild stuff sometimes. And Davey Ruffin and them, I don't know the whole story of how it started. It's mixed stories about how it all started. But the comedian crew,
they put that nigga Aunt Glizzy
mom on the joint, exactly. And so ever since then, he's just been going crazy. He's been like literally going on the comedians for like a week. Mainly Davey and his family and all of that. Like he done befriended Davey's mom, been on live with her, talking to her for like an hour while she going on Davey and all that type stuff.
Wait,
it's getting bad.
So
it's pretty ugly.
There all crazy. Whose mother is
Aunt Glizzy's mother was
but
out
Davey
there all crazy.
Put him out there.
But Davey is who put her out there.
Damn, that's
really,
what big,
they
that's
also
what
say it might be Davey
about.
girl who put her out there. I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. The stories is all over the place of how it started, but it started with the comedians playing games apparently. And Aunt Glizzy, his name is Barbara's son on IG, so he's clearly not playing about his mother. So they posted his mother, and he been going crazy ever since. Used to have like 100 maybe followers when he went live. He got like 10,000.
How do you pay, man? If you don't write checks, how do you pay these guys? Straight cash, homie.
So that also lets you know how much we love entertainment, dog. People are tuned in. People are tuned
crazy,
in.
Man.
It's all anybody's talking about.
Man, I grew up on
these
Smack
DC interwaves.
Beef DVD. What was that?
Smack DVD
and the beef DVDs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. These young niggas, man. I honestly have no idea about these niggas, but I'll say this, man. Let them rumble. Set up a fight.
But here's the crazy thing. So Davey, after he done befriended his mom and got his mom to talk about him bad on social media, he done posted his girl all crazy, naked, and doing all types of stuff on social media. And he threatened to post the whole video of her unless he apologized. Or just start chilling out, talking humble or whatever.
Do black men want to wear Thots? No.
Davey won't apologize, and he keep it. So after he posted his girl, he said, "Now we just got to fight." He's like, "Square, we got to fight. I'm gonna fly back to DC, meet up with you, all of that." And I don't know why he thought Aunt Glizzy was gonna back down from that.
Yeah,
and he was like, "All right, bet we can go ahead and fight." Then he started setting up flyers, posting them joints and all types of stuff. And then Davey, but Davey is saying that flyer isn't even real. What did he say?
Somebody scamming put that up?
Yeah, put that up. But he's not even trying to fight him no more. He's saying I got too much career. We need to
get Ant Glizzy
so
on the line.
first he called him out, and then he went from calling him out to backing down.
We need to get Ant Glizzy on the line because we need to apply some pressure to Davey.
Now, because look at and Davey's like reposting all the stuff that I guess.
We need to apply some pressure to Davey. Davey, you need to come see that man with the hands and stop playing.
I'm gonna call Davey, see what's up.
You know him?
Yeah, I done business with him.
All right, well, tell that nigga he need to see that nigga with the hands, or at least come on Straight Talking with Chase and talk about it.
I don't got it happening.
I might get him on Straight
Talking about it. That's what I was about to say. I might got to talk about it because they like talking.
They like talking. I could get him on, on the podcast.
Stay tuned, people. We gonna get them on now. The last topic.
Shout out to my man Davey. What's up, man?
The last topic I want to get on tonight, if you guys feel like it. I mean, it's been kind of lighthearted, but we should definitely touch on this Louisville situation. Can somebody real quick check to make sure there's no verdict out? But Louisville,
so far there hasn't been a verdict.
Okay, Louisville, Kentucky is under lockdown right now. So apparently the grand jury is getting ready to make its decision on whether or not they should indict the officers who murdered Breonna Taylor. However, the Louisville government has decided to lock the whole city down
ahead of the announcer
in anticipation.
Tells you all right there.
Of a riot.
Anticipation.
Kirk Keys, I want to start with you, man. You sound like...
I mean, I'm just saying, that lets you know what's about to happen right then and there. They already done paid off the family. They'd already shut down the city. That just means they already about to let you know that the cops ain't getting arrested.
Right.
That's how I feel. I mean, why would they shut down the city for the opposite? We really have never seen what happens on the opposite, though. Maybe they're saying we shut down the city because we actually going to arrest the cops this time and it's going to make white people go crazy. But, yeah, right. So...
I don't think white people. I honestly don't think white people give that much of a fuck.
I don't think so either. So we know why they shutting the city down. That's what I'm saying.
If the cop gets arrested, they can be like, "Oh, okay, he got arrested.
They deserved it. They killed
All
him.
lives matter, but oh well." Exactly. Well, then again, I don't know. I've seen them go crazy for less. The Terps win again.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
championships.
they rioted for less.
What say you?
I think they underestimate how important this case is to black people. Because if they really understood, they would have pushed for a verdict sooner than this. Them dragging their feet one way or another has made this situation much worse. They can't
do nothing about the jury.
Well, I'm saying
the grand jury.
The process could have gone a lot faster.
Nah, I think because they knew how much it weighed is why this joint took so long. Me actually knowing a few lawyers and people real connected to the jury down there in Louisville, not jury down there in Louisville, but the
case,
all of that case, court order that. They are saying the reason why they were moving so slow is to make sure that they don't have any missteps or any places where they can be like, yeah, we're going to dismiss it because there wasn't enough evidence right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's really the people who are actually trying to push to make sure she's locked up that's making it go slower.
I think, but usually even with that, right, being very meticulous and careful about the case, just in terms of like the prosecution presenting the evidence, picking the jury, like even creating a atmosphere where this thing could even be tried or go to a grand jury in the first place, was delayed, right? And I think what they're underestimating, COVID has changed a lot of things, right? People are a lot more focused on what's going on than they usually are. Especially this case got big during the heart of COVID. Things have loosened up now, but Breonna Taylor's name is synonymous with, like, everybody knows who this is now. So you can't like sweep this under the rug very easily. And I think they underestimate how important this case is to black people all over the country, right? And if they don't do the right thing, the city being locked down, what does that mean? Like, shit is still gonna hit the fan. If they choose to do the wrong thing. And they don't understand it's still enough motherfuckers out of work, no money in their pocket, or on the flip side, they on unemployment, they got money and free time, they're gonna go fuck shit up.
I mean, I look at it like this, man.
And they should fuck shit up. If they don't at least get indicted, that is an affront to, everything we supposedly hold dear in our justice system. Like, these police shot her on the ground, unarmed. And what gets lost?
They shot her in butt naked sleep.
Yeah, and I think what also gets lost, they shot up like 3 other apartments. Like they shot the upstairs apartment it was a pregnant lady. Like they could have fucked around and hit them. If a civilian did that, shoots into an apartment where people are, we're getting charged. We're getting charged for that. They shot into the apartment next to theirs where 2 people were occupying it. If a civilian did that, we're getting a charge for that. You might get attempted murder for shooting blindly into somebody's house like that. So that would fundamentally say, like, yeah, we know they fucked way up, but
we don't care.
We don't give a fuck. Like, that would be the ultimate, in this case, the ultimate fuck you to not even indict them.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's what they do.
Right. That's why they gave the money. They gave the money.
And if they burn that motherfucker down, I don't give a fuck. I don't.
I hope them niggas steal the horses from the Kentucky Derby.
But I mean,
I feel like they gave the money just to pacify the situation. Like, oh, okay, this what y'all want, that's good enough. I don't think that they're gonna do.
Now they had to pay that wrongful death check.
Yeah, but it was a slap in the face because the white chick in Minnesota,
who was killed by the black
who was
cop.
killed by the black cop, got 55 million.
Exactly.
She got generational wealth.
Exactly. Like, so that
Breonna Taylor's family got like a lottery ticket.
Like 14, was it like 14 million?
12. That's really gonna be.
You gotta pay taxes on
I don't know,
on civil judgment. That makes a big difference.
I don't doubt
if
it.
that 12 that 12 go to 6, that look way bad. They look way
12
worse.
wouldn't go to 6. If it was taxes, they go to like 85.
That's still
but it's still 8 million.
Yeah. I mean, that still ain't nothing the motherfucker sneeze at.
But at the same
each
time,
cousin could have got $1 million off that.
I wouldn't have took that 12.
I wouldn't have took that money. No.
But then again, the mom still is charged, wants the cops to get charged.
Right.
She's not on some forgive shit.
Yeah.
She got paid, but she still wants them to be arrested. Which, I mean, whatever. At the end of the day, if they got paid, fine. But like, these niggas need to get arrested.
Yeah.
At least he got something. It'd be motherfuckers who would be in jail for 20 years wrongly convicted. They get him like $500,000. Like I had a neighbor when I was in school in Houston, my last apartment. The dude, he was in jail for like 17 years. And the court gave him a settlement. He was happy. They gave the nigga like 400,000, 300,000, something like that.
Yeah.
And he like, that's the most money he ever had in his life. But at the same time, nigga, you could have made 100,000 a year. You could have easily eclipsed that.
This nigga.
It's Cardi B, y'all.
You got a premium membership? Is that what that says?
Nah, nigga.
Why you got a premium?
That's the
membership?
basics. That's the basics. Anybody could Google. Anybody could YouTube. I mean, could Pornhub Cardi B. Offset's wife busting it open. Little Culture sitting there like, is that my mom?
Yeah, man. Like
Yo,
that.
black men don't marry Thots. But let's get back to this Breonna Taylor situation.
I'm down with you. I'm done with you.
Right. But
Is that my mom?
I think that.
All right. Man, okay, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen, to get down with the get down. Let's get to these goddamn final thoughts. Kirk Keys, we starting with you.
Is this a new beat today?
Oh yeah, come on, man. I stay with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving into our final thoughts. For any of you who are just now listening to Straight Talk No Chase, remember to like and share this video on Facebook. But if you want to do us even more of a favor, go to YouTube, Straight Talk, No Chase podcast. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that will tell you anytime we are going live or anytime we have a new post. Kirk Keys, final thoughts. What you got?
Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. That's it. About to hit the wrong thing. I don't even know what I was gonna say. No need. It's too late.
I try to get some gunshots.
I feel you. Just forget them. Arrest them. Nonetheless, I don't want to hear they got away verdicts. They not gonna lock them up verdicts. All of that good stuff. Everybody march the city. I'm tired of it. We tired of marching the city. Just go ahead and lock them up. While you at it, lock up Vlad. It's like, nah.
Even more.
Nah.
You got 14 bricks right there?
Nah, but for real, with Vlad, we do need to cancel him, though. If we're going to be with the cancel culture, I'm so anti-cancel culture, but if we're going to cancel anybody, let's go ahead and cancel Vlad. He out here speaking on topics he shouldn't be speaking on. It's cool that he has these interviews. He's actually, you put in perspective, it is a great point how much of a catalog that he does have. But nonetheless, let the catalog rest right there. He done spoke against the man. The man. Moms be going crazy. The man who didn't even say anything wrong, he just spoke truth to power, which is what you're supposed to do. Which brings me to my next man, Chappelle. He's who be throwing them stones that Farrakhan was talking about. All he do is spit truth to the back. Them gunshots is what he was calling for on 814 or 824, whatever that joint was called. I can't remember, but that's what he was saying. He went out, he actually highlighted police officers who worked with these different police departments, who used to be military men, who went and fought for this country, who thought this country was for them, and then they got back and worked in these police departments and learned that this country wasn't for them. And that's why they retaliated. And he just highlighted those people, and then he said, if y'all don't get it together, America, this is your last chance. Otherwise, it's rat tat 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 tat, which is basically saying, all of you people, I want y'all to have this same mindset, because these people are impressionable, number one. And number two, he's influential. And so that's what he did, was trying to get that seed into their brain, where if you keep on putting up with this BS, then more y'all need to fight back the same way these other officers did. Go back and listen to it with that perspective and see if it changes how you feel. And then, is that everything? Oh, these Thots. Forgot about them. My man has tainted me sitting here watching Cardi this whole time while we was talking, and I don't think I ever want anybody to be able to do that. So I don't even care what I would have said. I'm gonna leave it at that, dog. Don't let nobody put your girl up on the screen the whole podcast.
That was an accident.
But those are my final thoughts.
You forgot about Chappelle.
Nah, I talked about Chappelle. I went in that whole joint about what that last thing was about. That wasn't the one that won the award. I didn't speak on the one that won the award, but I did speak on the last one that he came out with, though. So, yeah.
Facts. Miss Maria.
All right, my final thoughts. I mean, as far as this whole, do black men really want to marry Thots? I mean, from what it looks like, from a female looking in, it does. However, I'm not a black man, so I don't know. I would hope not. I would hope that y'all don't want to marry Thots, because prime example, you're able to pull up these things on the internet and just show them, regardless if they're reformed or not. Like,
straight cash, homie.
Who wants a woman who they married where they're busting it wide open and spread eagle all over the internet? I'm just saying. As far as Vlad, yeah, he just needs to be canceled. He's just another one of those others. I feel like exploiting our culture, another culture vulture. And after that stunt that he did, he needs to be canceled straight like that. And clearly he does not have any kind of remorse or feel like he needs to apologize. And with that, we as a culture need to stand up and cancel him and stop doing interviews with these others and do more interviews with people that look like us, who are for us.
Get that round. That's the bar.
God damn it. I do not want to see Cardi B, okay? David Chappelle, shout out to David Chappelle for winning 3 Emmys. Congrats to him. He definitely deserves it, and then some. His comedy specials, to me, speak absolute truth in a comedic way. Definitely gets you to thinking. So congrats to him, and hopefully these cops that killed Breonna Taylor will get indicted. However, I'm not too sold that they will be. And I think that's it. Was that it?
I think so.
Those are my final thoughts. Wow.
Mr. Cosby.
So since Cardi B is on the screen, shout out to Cardi B.
This is crazy.
She has talent.
I'm still a major Cardi fan though.
So
of course, after this,
nah.
So in the context of the conversation, I think Cardi B can be an example to a lot of women who are living this lifestyle. If you decide to really pursue a dream, right?
Put it on overdrive and just make money.
She decided that she wanted to pursue a dream, and she transcended where the past was. Somebody could pull up an old video of her or say what she did, see what she did, but they can't match her work ethic, her drive, and her bank account at this point. So she's getting into the realm of generational wealth because she decided to rise above the circumstances she had. Some people might disagree how she did it, but she did it. So for y'all, so those thoughts out there who are just busting it open for attention and maybe a purse or if you might have you have low self-esteem and you just want to be up in the mix,
get you some money.
You might want to look into there I go interrupting my phone.
OnlyFans.
Oh shit!
I didn't interrupt.
I'm agreeing with you.
I don't need your agreement. For those women,
check the emo
who
guy
have been living that lifestyle, you need to parlay it, man. Get you something better. Do something better. Use Cardi B for an example. When it comes to Farrakhan and Vlad, like I said earlier, Vlad is just an example of somebody who did not stay in their lane. They got into the hip hop culture, got into black culture, and got too comfortable. It's partly our fault because we allowed them to get too comfortable, but it's partly America's fault because America has always allowed other cultures to steal from black people, steal our intellectual property, and that goes back to slavery, from Eli Whitney with the cotton gin to
some of them going to sleep. Fuck that!
I'm trying to give you a bomb. Sorry.
Yes, wow.
That was bomb worthy. I was not trying to.
So it goes back to all the days of our intellectual property being stolen and profited from. So Vlad is in that long lineage, right? And I wouldn't put him in that category until I start watching him disrespect black people and disrespect black culture. When the shit hits the fan, you see what people's true colors are, and we seen what his true color was. It's white and it's green. And if we can't affect the green, or we don't have the power to check his whiteness, we really don't have a say in the matter.
Go red.
But what we can do is use Vlad as an example, right? All our creators, all our high profile individuals, don't patronize his platform anymore, and let them know that this shit is unacceptable. When it comes to what the fuck else we talked about?
Louisville
and
Chappelle
and Breonna Taylor. I hope, for the sake of the city of Louisville, that they make the right decision. I hope for the sake of Black America. I hope for the sake of the last small shred of integrity we have left in this country that a few people actually believe in, that they make the right decision. Because if not, they're not reading the room. They're not reading the energy. They're not reading the temperature of this country right now. And all hell's gonna break loose. And I don't want that, because people gonna get hurt, people gonna get killed. Like, I don't want that to happen. When it comes to Chappelle, I've been a fan of Chappelle for it seems like 20 years now. Shout out to him. He's a DMV native, man, super creative individual. Somebody we all can look up to, right? Somebody we all can aspire to be like. Tell it like it is, stand in your truth, and be a light to people. And that's all he did in this latest special. He was a light above the criticism, above the hate, above the sensitivity. He spoke his truth and, brought light to people, brought joy to people, brought laughter to people. So salute to him.
Yeah, what else you got, bro?
Don't interrupt my final thoughts no more.
Oh my God. This nigga's sensitive as hell.
I don't like that shit.
All right, well, it happens to us all.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you do it every week.
In retaliation.
It's all love, man. You know what? Shout out to Miss Smith. Shout out to Kirk Keys. And shout out to you, Cosby Digital.
I'm gonna press the wrong buttons right when you get to.
But you know I didn't do that on purpose. You know I didn't do that on purpose.
I feel sabotaged.
You know I was trying to drop the bomb. I was not trying to. Come on, man. That was. If you want to interrupt, fine. But I wasn't trying to hit the wrong button.
Look, when they go low, we go high.
Shit. No, that's not. All right. Final thoughts this week. All right, cool. DJ Vlad, cancel him. Although I do respect the work that DJ Vlad has put in, just from an intellectual standpoint, I don't respect him as a man. I think that he definitely is a culture vulture, and I think that he took advantage of a weak spot in black society, and he's going to become a billionaire off of it, honestly, because he infiltrated a spot in black society that no one else did. So that makes him that also makes him a genius. But fuck him. But I got to give him his respect because he played it right. At this point, it's really nothing that Godfrey, my son, or Lord Jamar can really do about that.
He can still get fucked up though.
He can still get fucked up, but
and it's happened to him before, and he switched up his behavior.
Yeah, well, it happens once. If it happens again, that nigga probably got the police on deck. What I'm saying is, it shouldn't take a B-level comedian, Eminem's assistant, the fourth wheel of the Nubian Squad or whatever the fuck Lord Jamar was on, and a nigga who couldn't sell mixtapes to make niggas realize, and there's no disrespect to none of them guys, but it shouldn't take these niggas to make niggas realize that DJ Vlad is trash. It should have took the more notable people that was on this platform to check him first. So shout out to Godfrey, shout out to Royce the 5'9", shout out to my son, and shout out to Lord Jamar. Because them niggas had the most to risk out of all of this, because DJ Vlad was their everything. And they were willing to tell him to go kick rocks. So shout out to them. I didn't mean to disrespect y'all niggas' careers like that, but you know what it is.
Oh, he found the bomb for himself.
Once again, I apologize to you, Cosby Digital.
Bitch.
As far as Louisville goes, whatever, yo. Burn that shit down. You know what to do.
Says the fireman.
I'm just saying, this shit can't keep going on. You know what to do. This shit can't keep going on. Listen, I'm not condoning the violence, but if you're gonna burn it down, I can't stop you. What the fuck? Ain't no law, ain't no order, ain't no justice. So what the fuck? You can run up in a nigger house and just get the busing, shoot any and everybody, kids in there, whatever. Anybody can die. Well, anybody can get it if that's how we going. Anybody can get it. And that's all I got to say about that. As far as Dave Chappelle goes, I give this man the utmost respect. I congratulate him on his Emmy, even though Emmy don't mean shit. But, if you like it, I love it. Dave Chappelle is a exception to the rule in many cases, because nobody can just come out and say what he said and then get an Emmy for it. That's why I'm a little scared for his life. I feel like they got something cooking for this nigga, because he's getting away with all types of murder, and I wish that nigga the best, man. Once again, shout out to Dave Chappelle. Congratulations on the Emmy. Keep putting the pressure on them people, just like we are on Straight Talk No Chase. As far as Cardi B and the thought mentality that a lot of these women are taking towards finding a man, it's not gonna work. Cardi B has shown you personally that it doesn't work. Even though no weapon Cardi B has shown you personally? I mean, she was married to a nigga before baby mamas at that. Let's put the shit in perspective.
She married a dumpster fire.
Even that nigga was like, nah, man, like
She go too hard.
this ain't right.
That's not real. I still don't believe it's real. That ain't real.
Nah, but I mean, listen, both neither one of those people are ideal for our community. Let me get on some real shit real quick, because I've been on some joke shit all day. Like, let's get on some real shit. Our community needs real examples and real people. Our community needs real examples, and we need real people. When we talking about Cardi B and Offset, we're not talking about real people, and we're definitely not talking about examples. We're talking about people who come from broken homes. I'm not knocking them for that. Who are purposely put on the main screen to distort all of our thinking. They don't put people that come from well-functioning homes in the spotlight to do the best. You know why they don't? Because they don't want that to be your example. How many trailer park trash people do you see on the forefront of white society? Besides, like, people like Pamela Anderson with boob jobs and shit like that. How many of those do you see? You don't see none. But on the forefront of our society, you see people who come from the most challenging positions in life being put on the forefront, like straight off of coming out of that challenge. And most times it's difficult to do. So, you know what? I don't want to shit on Cardi B or Offset, even though I kind of have during the whole show. But they were thrust into a lifestyle that they weren't even ready for, coming from a background that they came from. That's the difference. And then they're being put on the pedestal and they're being made an example of to all of us. And now you got women on Facebook arguing with me talking about, oh, you can be a hoe and a stripper and still... Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. You sound fucking stupid. Your fucking grandmother's rolling in her grave listening to you talk.
Oh,
she is.
It's about to get deleted.
Your grandmother's rolling in her grave because you're condoning being a whore.
He said, let me get serious.
You're condoning being a whore, and you condone being a whore trying to raise a family. Whores don't raise families. You know what whores do?
What they do?
Tell us
Whores
what they do.
are meant to heal families.
They're meant to what?
How they heal families?
When there's too much pressure on the man, he goes and pays for a fucking whore. He don't bring your hoe ass up in the goddamn house. You don't belong in the house, you're a fucking whore. I'm tired of this shit, man. Ladies, you have to get off this. I know the videos are cool, and I know all the pictures and the lights and the fucking clothes seem cool, but guess what? Men don't really want whores. We don't. Some of these niggas are stupid, and they go for whores. And then when they find out you're a whore, come on, man. This is straight talk, no, Jace. Yo.
You really in the hard on Thots movement.
Catch us again Thursday night. Once again, don't forget to go to the YouTube page, Straight Talk, No Chase Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the fucking notification bell. We here. We are DC Podcast. Ain't nobody fucking with us. What's that bitch ass nigga name that was at what's that nigga's name that was at Listen Vision? What was his name? No, fuck it. What was his name?
You talking about Boom?
Fuck him. Yeah, fuck Boom. What was the nigga name? The nigga who was putting niggas on the little desk. The little stage.
Damn.
No. I got something to say.
No, he was a bitch ass nigga.
I can't even remember.
What was his name?
I can't even remember the nigga's name.
Bitch ass nigga's name that was
The
fake.
nigga with the glasses. I can't remember.
He was fake putting on rappers and shit. Was it Johnny Gill? What was his name?
It was something worldwide.
Johnny Gill.
Oh,
what was his name? Anyway,
That nigga's so fucking irrelevant. We can't even remember his name.
Prestige worldwide.
Yo, shout out to all you bitch ass
Boats
niggas.
and hoes.
Straight talk, no chase. We taking this shit over. We are.
You don't put no whores in the house.
We are the #1 podcast in Washington, D.C. Whether you like it or not, nigga, ask your baby mama and your mother.
Oh gosh, we're about to mute it.